Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon Ranger! So, as you can see, we are still on our first official mission to escort Professor Hastings towards Fall City. And now, as we are continuing to go through the Krokka Tunnel, now we have our first rock here, which actually has a field move that we've not seen yet. Now, that field move is actually called Crush. Now, what that essentially does is, it essentially destroys an object with a physical force. Now, we're not gonna be able to do much with these with that rock yet, and especially with these bunch of rocks that all of a sudden have decided to collapse, essentially splitting us up. Hello? Ditto? Can you hear me? It was a very close call indeed, but I managed to avoid injury. However, I'll need you to come get me. There should be another passageway near you that will bring you to me. I shall be waiting impatiently. Yeah, and that other way is through that gate that we saw, which needs to be able to cut it. And the only one that can actually do that is actually this Paris here. Now Paris, yeah, and oftentimes, see, Paris may not do much of anything, but sometimes Paris will attack you too if you're not careful. So just like I keep that in mind as you are. So essentially, I keep that in mind as you are facing off against him. But anyways, and now if we go up here, now we have our next recharge Pokemon, Magnemite. Now, usually, when you start off the battle from Magnemite, Magnemite will usually attack you. So yeah. Try to make sure that your loops aren't exactly make sure your loops aren't too close to him. Oh, and also that crumble that we just saw. Yeah, it also affected here too. Yeah, this right here is what I was talking about before. About we're not gonna be able to go back to Raintown for a long time, for a long while, because we cannot do anything about that rock falling yet. So yeah, at this point, yeah, we're not gonna be able to go back to Raintown for a long while. But anyways, now I believe if we go through this area, yep, there they are. Yeah, now we have these Poliwags. Now, as you saw with one of them, yeah. Now, as you saw with that one Poliwag, actually dove in the water. Yeah, and oftentimes your Poliwag can actually either be scared of you and just hop themselves in the water, or even just have to be near them, even after they go in the water. Yeah, as you saw in there. Yeah, the Poliwag will get themselves back out again. But anyways, now once you go to the other side where Hastings is, we get ourselves introduced to the evil team of this game. What is it? Who are you? Hello, Gramps. The esteemed Professor Hastings, the Chief of Technology of the Ranger Union, I presume. I guess. Well, we're a stranger of danger, and we mess with Rangers. That makes us the Go Rock Squad. Yeah, that's indeed their name. So sorry, Gramps, but we're here to relieve you of your important package. Yeah, that of course being the Super Styler. What are you doing? Ah! Stop it! Yeah, they're not gonna stop. Thanks so much for your cooperation. One Super Styler received? Thank you kindly. That's all the time we have today. Adios, senor! Yeah. Yep, off we go. Hi. Oh, Ditto! We have a crime! We have a crime on our hands! My super styler, the fruit of all of my studies, was taken by some ruffians who call themselves the Go Rock Squad. If I were only 20 years younger, I could have twisted, crumpled, and tossed such strengths of society away. Come, we must give chase. Yep, and we're gonna be doing that. And now, yeah, this is gonna be staying put right there. Oh, you gullible nitties. You thought that rockfall earlier was a natural thing? Yeah, not exactly. You can stay cooped up down here, courtesy of us. I'm the bad guy. Let's see what happens when I press this button on the remote control. Are you ready for this? Click. And it's in the wrong place. Is this is this screw up? Maybe. Well, good going. Yeah, it's a screw up, all right. How are we supposed to slow them down now, you incompetent fool? What are you going on about? Yeah, you're the one that set the trap. Yeah, it was he, huh? All I had to do was press the button. It's not me who decided where the rocks should fall. There's something to be said for that. But that's not the point now. Let's hightail it! Yep, and away they go. Yeah, and now as we begin to give chase, and now we are now just about to exit out of the tunnel, and also right next to it is a safe machine. Now I'm gonna say this right now. Now once we get ourselves out of this tunnel, this is where we're gonna get ourselves into probably a much more tougher fight than what we have seen before. So you may want to save just in case. Because, look what we have here. Yeah, we have ourselves a Rhydon causing some havoc. That Rhydon! Those two scoundrels must have done something to enrage it so. Ditto. Is your styler's energy sufficiently charged? Yeah, I'm gonna say. Try and use the Poké system like I taught you earlier to capture that Rhydon. Ditto. If you put your feelings into making the capture, Rhydon should calm down. But anyways, yeah, now we essentially have our first boss fight of the game. But honestly, this really isn't much of a fight for me, really. Yeah, especially if you've played this game over and over. Cause you really don't need to bother utilizing the Pokésys against this Rhydon. All you have to worry about is making sure that you avoid whenever Rhydon throws the rocks, and to also make sure that you don't have the Rhydon charge into your styler. Yeah, you see? Yeah, that Rhydon isn't exactly all that much of a challenge, especially if you already know what you're getting yourself into. But anyways, now with the Pokésys that this Rhydon had was ground. Now I may as well get into talking about that. Now with once the ground assist, the capture line will churn the earth. It essentially acts similar to the grass assist, almost, which it will also get to the opponent immobilized. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, now we have our first instance of, yeah, now we want to enter a city. Yeah, we're gonna have to release the Pokemon that we've already caught. So bye bye everybody. But anyways, everyone. Now for how much time that you can utilize the ground with the ground Poke Assist is 10 seconds, 30 seconds, and 60 seconds. Yeah, but however, not that many. But however, we're not going to get very much use of it, only by a few exceptions. But anyways, everyone. Now we have reached once again back in Fall City. Now listen, Ditto. Once on your mission to deliver me to this location safely. Now examine me, if you will. Do you see a single scratch upon my person? I think not. And here we are at the mission's destination, the Ranger Base. In other words, you've accomplished the mission objectives impeccably. Yeah, so even though his super silent was stolen, we still got the mission clear nonetheless. And now here's where we meet this guy. Welcome back. Welcome back, Professor. How is Spencer? Thank you, Joel. Spencer is fine, but things did not go well for me, I'm afraid. It's quite humiliating to say the least. You see, my super siler. Yep, that's not happened. What did you say? The super star is gone. We should discuss this in the Ranger Base. Let's hurry there. Yeah, you mean the Ranger Base that we are already in. But anyways, now with Joel, who we just met, is actually the leader of the Fall City's Ranger Base. So yeah, we're gonna see this guy for quite a bit too. Good work, good work on escorting the Professor. I've heard about you from Spencer, from rank 1 Ranger. You've done a commendable job. Ditto, I'm officially promoting you to Ranger rank 2. Yeah, now this is something I should probably talk about. Now, when you just so happen to complete a mission, and when you go talk to the leader again, then you'll be able to get yourself a rank up. Now, several things might happen if you just so happen to get yourself a rank up. Now, one of the things is that you can actually utilize some more of the Poke Assists. Yeah, we can't exactly utilize every single Poke Assist as of right now. As of right now. Yeah, we essentially have to continue rising up in the ranks. In order for us to be able to in order for us to be able to utilize all of them. Now another thing that could be utilized when we get ourselves a Ranger rank is the ability to add ourselves a extra friend to the total number of Pokemon that you can actually have with you. Yeah. Now, as you can see on the top screen. Yeah. Currently, we can only have up to 4, only up to 4 friends with us. But as we climb higher in the ranks, then we'll be able to have even more. But of course, we can't exactly keep too many. Because, then the game will tell you that you have to release at least one of your... you essentially have to release at least one of your Pokemon. But anyway, always everyone. Yeah, now that we are in Fall City, and considering that the area around Raintown is gonna be blocked off, we're actually gonna be staying here for a while. Oh yeah, that's right. And now here's where we get the introduction of Aria. Are you maybe a ranger from Ringtown? But I don't remember seeing your face before. I'm Arya. I'm a ranger here in Falls City. You've never heard of me? You really don't know anything, do you? Oh well, that's fine. And who might you be? Okay, I see. So you're named Ditto. It's not a very inspired name, but I'll make an effort to remember it. Yeah, let's just hope that you do. But anyways, Joel and Professor Hastings are back. Now listen up. Listen up, please. Oh god, I gotta get in line. Now, I have bad news. Professor Hastings was set upon by criminals who claim to be the Garrock Squad. Worse, they made off with the professor's invaluable Super Styler. The Super Styler, by the way, should be considered the latest version of the Counter Styler. I can't discuss it in detail because it's still in development. I see, and that's why they really don't want to talk about it. However, in criminal hands, its potential for wrongdoing is frightening. Recover the stolen Super Styler at any cost. That is the mission for every ranger in Falls City. This is no usual mission. This is not a problem that could be solved by the Falls City Rangers alone. I've just had the Ranger Union issue alerts to all Ranger bases under its command. Every Ranger in the Fiore region will be informed that the recovery of the Super Styler is in the top priority mission. I ask all of you to fully cooperate with Rangers across the region to complete the mission. I'm sorry that my carelessness has led to this. Professor. Okay, everyone, you heard. Please give this mission your best effort for the Professor's sake, too. Our first task is to gather intelligence on the Garrock Squad. We need to know everything there is to know. Investigations should fan out from Krokka Tunnel, where the Super Styler was snatched. Don't forget, I expect to be kept constantly informed. That's all. Everyone, dismissed! Alright, off we go. Yes? You wanted to say something? Maybe. Oh, you'd like to work alongside Falls City's Rangers? Well, I mean, what else can we do? I appreciate your offer, but Ditto, I'm afraid this mission is too much for you and to your Ranger rank. Also, there is something else that I would like to interest you with. Because of this mission, Falls City will be without its regular rangers. While our rangers are absent, I would like you to handle the city's ranger activities. I am asking you to help our citizens in need. That will be your newest mission, Ditto. Yep. Now we're gonna be assigned our brand new mission. Okay, everyone. Now we're just gonna be talking to some people here. We're just gonna be talking to some people up in the top floor. Now, I guess one thing that I forgot to mention before was is when you get to a battle with Poliwag, yeah, they're actually one of the more tougher Pokemon to get, especially by just doing the loops alone. Because as soon as you are about to capture the Poliwag, yeah, that's when they're gonna be that's when they're going to be attacking you again. Yeah. but when I first started to play this game, I definitely had trouble with those Poliwags. And especially when it gets to the evolutions of Poliwag that we're going to be seeing later. Yeah, but anyways, now as you saw by that ranger that we just talked to, yeah, now she was actually discussing about what I was talking about before, about how exactly you get experience points for this game. So essentially, what you saw from her was essentially the same as to what I talked about. Yeah, I forgot that there was at least somebody who talked about how you get experience in this game. It's just that I don't usually talk to everybody that often, because there isn't any side quests or whatever, so yeah. But anyways, now which you can also probably tell, that the leaders, that the leader Joel's of Pokemon is indeed a Dodrio. And as you also saw, now when we first entered Fall City, yeah, we actually saw Joel actually ride a Dodrio. So yeah, now right there you can essentially tell that those two are definitely our partners. But anyways, I think with that said, that should be all I'm gonna do with this part. And so until the next part, I'll see you guys next time.